What is going on, guys, and welcome back into the Rams house, and today I'm going to be previewing the Rams versus Vikings. But I want to know what you think down below in the comments, because in my opinion this is a very interesting game, because sometimes the Vikings come out, they play great ball and they beat some of the best of the teams in the NFL, and other times they drop the games where you really think they're going to win. They're very streaky and inconsistent. This is going to be a very interesting matchup, and I want to hear what you guys think down below. But getting into it, I do think that the objective for the Rams defense is going to be stopping Dalvin Cook. I mean, we all know he's a good running back. There have been games in the past where he puts up hundreds of yards, touchdowns. He wins the game pretty much all on his own. Kirk Cousins doesn't even throw over 100 yards or any touchdowns. A lot of the times he can just steal the show and do it all himself. We can't let that happen, not only because does it wear down on our defense, but also because it'll mean that they're winning the time of possession. We're getting limited chances on our side of the ball, and we'll have to play flawless football pretty much on the offensive side. So I think that stopping Dalvin Cook is going to be a key here, because he really can take over those games. We can't let him do it. I think making Kirk Cousins in the passing offense have to win the game is going to be key, because I think guys like Aaron Donald, Great Gaines, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, those guys can take over a game with the pass rush that we have, and that's what we would count on. Just make them pass it and have our pass rush dominate. Try to put Ramsey on Justin Jefferson as much as we can. I know in our scheme we don't always see it on the number one matchup, but I think that'll be key, because Justin Jefferson is just one of those guys who can also take over a game. He's a great young receiver. You got to find a way to stop him. So putting Ramsey on him is going to be key. So I think just really making the Vikings have to pass the ball is going to be a big thing. Taking Dalvin Cook out of the game is going to be a big thing, and I do think the Rams can do it, because the run defense has been very much improved since that Rams versus 49ers game, in my opinion, where the 49ers put up over 100 yards. We're getting kind of close to 200 yards as well rushing on us. So I think that is going to be a big key for the defensive side of the ball. For the offense, I really do think that we could put up some big points in this game. We can put up some big plays, because the Vikings defense ranks in the bottom half of the league pretty much in every category. So we can run against them and we can pass against them according to the stats. And so I think that just continuing our identity of having the power running, then play action off of that, get the big plays, continuing that identity in the December, the month of December, has been working well out for us. Getting more practice, getting more reps in that, I think is going to help. I think we can have some big explosive plays in there, as well as some really good runs in here, and I do think that we put up over 30 points in this game. I just have that type of feeling with the defense that we're playing. It's not dogging on their defense or anything, but I just think our offense matches up really well against the Vikings defense in this game. As far as some of the key matchups to watch, I have Jalen Ramsey versus Justin Jefferson. As I mentioned earlier, we're not going to get every single rep with Jalen Ramsey on Justin Jefferson, but when we do get it, it is must-see TV. This is a really good young receiver and a very experienced corner who can shut down and has shut down many receivers in the past, and is going to be a must-see type of matchup. I think the Rams pass rush in their front versus the Vikings offensive line is going to be key in this game. It's really going to tell you who's going to win this game, because they got to control it and they got to dominate, I think, in order to win this game, not only in shutting down the run, but also shutting down the pass. I also have, for my last matchup, Matthew Stafford versus Kirk Cousins. If it turns into a game where they're both passing it, I do trust Matthew Stafford more, especially with the weapons that he's got around him and the coach that he has. But sometimes Kirk Cousins does go off, and he does have those good performances. So I think watching how those two do against each other in the matchup is going to be very fun. Obviously, they won't be playing against each other necessarily or on the field at the same time, but they will be battling it out together on the opposing team. So that's going to be another matchup. Let me know what you think down below, though. I do think the Rams come out with the win. I'm going to put it 30-13, but I want to hear from you guys, and I always want you guys to have an amazing day. Horns up and God bless.